At my father's wake, I passed my half-brother a folded piece of paper. He smirked, thinking it was some sentimental note from Dad. Then he read it. His smirk vanished. Hands started shaking. Dad built a mid-sized construction company from scratch. Started with one truck and a lot of grit. When he died suddenly at 62, the will left 100% of the business to me, his youngest, the one who'd been on job sites since I was 14, learning blueprints while my older half-brother chased quick deals and flashy cars. My half-brother lost it at the lawyer's office the day before. Called me a snake, said I'd poisoned Dad against him in the hospital, told the whole family I was after the money, that blood should count for something. Relatives started texting me walls of guilt trips. He even threatened to contest the will, claiming undue influence. That's when I gave him the paper at the wake, quietly but where everyone could see. It wasn't a forgery. It was a paternity test Dad had run 6 months earlier, using samples from both of them. 0% match. My half-brother wasn't Dad's biological son. Dad had suspected for years. Little things that never added up, but he'd raised him anyway. Paid for college, gave him a job, covered his gambling debts. He never said a word until the end, when the company was at risk of being bled dry by someone who felt entitled without ever earning it. The will had one short, brutal clause. Any challenge based on family rights or fair share would require mandatory DNA verification using the sealed samples Dad left with his attorney. Refusal, or a failed match, meant automatic disinheritance and repayment of every advance he'd ever taken from the company, with compound interest. He stood there, pale, staring at the numbers. Someone whispered, "What does it say?" He crumpled the paper, tried to laugh it off. This is fake. But the lab name was legit, and Dad had attached the receipt and chain of custody form. The room went dead quiet. Phones came out, he stormed out. The lawsuit threat evaporated the next day. Within a week, family members who'd been raging at me were suddenly silent, or apologizing in private texts. He lost the company's stake he never truly had. The debts came calling. Last I heard, he was selling his condo to stay afloat. Dad didn't do it to punish. He did it to protect what he'd spent a lifetime building, for the son who actually showed up day after day. Sometimes the real inheritance isn't the money. It's the truth Dad carried alone for decades, until the moment it could finally speak for itself. And that was the end of the lie.